Ja, herzlich willkommen zur neuen Ausgabe SI Talk. Ich habe es endlich auf die Messe, auf die Cambridge House Show geschafft. Sie hören es vielleicht an meiner Stimme, die ist ein bisschen beschlagen. Ich bin nämlich die letzten Tage flach gelegen. Und jetzt habe ich bei mir den Präsidenten Zerga von Scorpio Gold. Es ist ein Titel, den ich auf meiner Empfehlungsliste habe und ich auch Conflict of Interest habe. Ich habe selber die Aktien, Sie wissen es ja noch, das war einer meiner Tipps, die ich aus meinem Oktobertrip mitgenommen habe. KGV 2 und so weiter, Goldproduzent Nevada, all diese ganzen Sachen. Und deswegen freut es mich jetzt, umso mehr mit ihm ein Interview zu haben. Chris, thank you, do you have time?
Absolutely, appreciate it.
I told this in my German introduction and I say it now in English too. I have a conflict of interest. I'm a shareholder.
Exactly.
I'm a happy shareholder.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it in October, November last year. It was around 7 cents.
Yes.
Now we are trading at 13 and a half, 14 cents.
Right.
So much higher.
Right.
You do a good job.
Yeah.
So this is our first interview. So maybe you can give us a rough overview about the company.
Yeah, absolutely. We have two companies located in Nevada. We've got the Mineral Ridge Mine, which is 40 miles west of Tonopah, Nevada. It's equal distance between Reno and Vegas, right along the California border. And then as well, we have the Gold Wedge property, which is located near Round Mountain, Nevada. It's about 16 miles southwest of Round Mountain, Nevada, in the town of Manhattan, and it's an underground mine as well as has a permitted 400-ton-a-day mill and underground workings with a resource on it. So those are the two mines, both in Nevada. One's a surface deposit, open pit. The other one is an underground mine.
What do you produce? Maybe we come to the numbers of last year or the last official numbers.
Right. We've been in commercial production at Mineral Ridge for 5 years now. 2012 was when we went into commercial production. We produce between 30 and 40,000 ounces a year of gold. We also have a 2-to-1 gold to silver ratio, so there's a silver associated with that as well. Our cash costs range anywhere from $700 an ounce to $900 an ounce, and it really comes down to strip ratio associated with the pits that we're mining. We have contract mining, so we pay to have another contractor mine our ore at Mineral Ridge, and we also have contract stripping. So, those costs are a bit elevated due to that fact, but it's been a good project. When we originally started that property, we had a 3-year mine life. Mm-hmm. And typically what happens at that property, it's one of those that exploration finds enough to continue the process for another year. And so now we're into year 6, and we continue to do so. Exploration continues to find resources. We continue to permit and mine at Mineral Ridge, and that's what's been going on.
Your valuation is very cheap. That was also one point what we really get to the stock is that your valuation was really cheap. So do you have some reason why your valuation is so cheap?
We really didn't promote the property all that much, and it seemed like our price slid along with the gold price over the last 3 years. You've seen gold prices fall, and our company's share price as well fell. And without promotion, you don't get credit in the market for the value of your company. And we also saw that in 2012, we purchased the Gold Wedge property from Royal Standard Minerals. And that property, we didn't get the value of that purchase because it's got a resource associated with it. It's non-compliant. The underground itself has about a 30,000 ounce resource that's defined, and then there are 2 pits very near it that are also in our claim block called the Keystone and Jumbo pits. And when you combine all 3 together, they have over 200,000 ounces. The reality is they just haven't had recent drilling to bring them into 43101 compliancy. So that's going to be the goal this summer. Is there's going to be a drilling program, a first pass drilling program, to help define those resources and confirm them, and then we'll follow up with drilling that will bring it into compliancy.
Okay, and mean this also that you're maybe bringing this up later into production?
Yeah. The nice part about the Gold Wedge is the underground associated with the Gold Wedge property. It has a mill facility that's permitted and runnable. We're going to be signing some contracts with some external companies that want to toll mill material through that property as well. So that will help offset some of the costs of exploration in the area. But again, we could start mining tomorrow in the underground and start processing ore through that. We don't have an underground group right now as far as a developmental team to do that, but we kind of wanted to find that Keystone Jumbo area first, so we have a direction of a company direction as far as how to deal with it, because the Keystone and Jumbo area are going to be more of an open pit situation, and some of it is oxide, and there's also a deep resource that will be sulfidic, and the mill at Gold Wedge is a gravity mill, so we'll be able to recover the coarse portion of gold from the ore, and if it's cyanide leachable, we have taken material from Mineral Ridge, our high grade, and shipped it to Gold Wedge, and milled it, and then returned it back to Mineral Ridge and agglomerated it with our ore to complete the recovery. The recovery is on our ore at Mineral Ridge. If you mill it, is 93 to 95%, whereas right now we're heap leaching it and we get 67% recovery. So if it's high enough grade and is cost effective to truck it, we do that. But again, it's nice to have the ability to do both.
Do you have some guidance for 2017?
2017 for Mineral Ridge will be a bit of a transition. We've been in this production phase for over the last 5 years of producing anywhere from 30 to 40,000 ounces. This next year will be a bit of a step down, and that has to do with permitting. We're working on permitting for the Custer and Oramonte deposits. The Custer deposit was discovered by us and in 2014 and further defined in 15 and 16. It has a resource on it of about 13,000 ounces at an 0.74, and we expect permitting to be approved by October of this year, which kind of delays it putting it into production. It's got a strip ratio associated with it that there'll be a pre-strip before we actually get into the ore. But again, that, along with the Oramonte, will be the resources for this 2018. So this year, in 2017, I expect about 20 to 25,000 ounces will be our guidance for production guidance.
What does it mean on earnings per share?
It really comes down to, I think earnings per share will be aided by the fact that we do some drilling over at the Gold Wedge. When we define that resource, that will help our share price and should help all investors because, like I say, there's over 200,000 ounces that needs confirmation, and that's of what was drilled in the 1990s. And so who knows, we've developed a trend that we believe ties those two pits together through surface sampling, and so we're hopeful that we can add to that resource, and that should help the share price. My last question, you say before you do no really promotion, and promotion has in Germany always a bad taste, I must say. Okay. But in Canada it's not a bad taste. In Canada it's normal, and when a company do no promotion, it's a bad thing. So but it's only with the word of promotion. So this had nothing to do with them. But do you will change something on it? So you say now is the time right to do more with the markets? 2012, 2015 it makes absolutely no sense to spend money on marketing. Absolutely. But now it's time to spend more money for marketing. I think the fact I say promotioning, but the fact is it's just that the news didn't get out. The things that were going on at Mineral Ridge, at Gold Wedge, that news was really not broadcast, and I think that affected our share price along with that. And also this is the first time to come to this conference. So, yes, it is. So it means also this is also promotioning that you come to absolutely to just to let people know what we're doing and what's going on. And again, we are a producer and we hold a very large land package. I mean, the Mineral Ridge property is 13,000 acres roughly. There's been historically, there's been over 10 million tons mined there, and almost 1 million ounces just off of the Mineral Ridge property. So we believe, and it's really that resource was a postage stamp compared to our land holdings. So we believe that we have the real potential for further definition of resources on that property because of our land holdings and our knowledge that we have gleaned from all the work that's been done to date. And then again, Gold Wedge, we've got zero credit, and I think that with a little bit of drilling, we're going to start to add that resource. So it should be a good story for Scorpio Gold investors.
Okay, Chris, thank you for this first interview.
Absolutely.
Ja, das war das erste Interview über Scorpio Gold. Er hat es schon selber gesagt, also mir ist es darum gegangen, einmal, was macht die Mine? Er hat im Prinzip zwei große Projekte. Eines davon ist in Produktion derzeit. Die Produktionsguidance für dieses Jahr liegt ungefähr bei 20.000, 25.000. Das ist weniger als letztes Jahr. Warum? Liegt daran, dass sie vor allem auch Genehmigungen, also Lizenzen, Permitting brauchen für zwei Bereiche, die sie selber gefunden haben im Jahr 2013 und 2014. Das ist also so ein Transformationsjahr, und ich habe dann auch gefragt, wie es ausschaut mit dem Gewinn. Ja, Gewinn ist es so, der wird wahrscheinlich heuer belastet werden durch sehr viel Drilling auf einem zweiten Projekt. Oder sind 200.000 Unzen, die in den 90er Jahren gefunden worden ist, aber noch nicht 43101 bestätigt worden sind. Damals hat es die Regelung noch gar nicht gegeben. Das wird in diesem Jahr gemacht. Das heißt, die dann dort sehr viel bohren, sehr viel Informationen werden da rausgekommen und werden das dann überführen in die 43101. Und sie können dort auch, haben wir 400 Tonnen Mühle dort auch dementsprechend, das heißt, sie können dort auch mit der Produktion relativ schnell starten. Ich habe dann gefragt, wie es jetzt auch schon, er ist einmal zum Punkt gekommen bezüglich Promotion. Promotion ist ja bei uns in Deutschland relativ negativ besetzt, in Kanada oder in Nordamerika überhaupt nicht. Promotion ist nur ein anderes Wort für Marketing. Sie haben in den letzten Jahren überhaupt nichts gemacht, und jetzt fangen sie jetzt an, dass sie auch für Marketing Ausgaben machen, weil sie jetzt sehen, dass sie einen Wert bekommen für das Geld, was sie ihm ausgeben. Das finde ich sehr lobenswert. Sie sind das erstmalig jetzt auf dieser Konferenz tätig. Das heißt, dort nehmen sie halt ein paar tausend $1.000 in die Hand, versuchen sich den Aktionär oder neue Aktionäre zu finden. Ich glaube, dass dieses Bestreben unterstützen wird, dass ein Aktienkurs dementsprechend höher zieht. Werden wir mal schauen, was bei den Ergebnissen rauskommt, also bei den Bohrergebnissen, wie die Bestätigung ist, wie die Ressourcenschätzung ist. Und das könnten dann den Driver sein für die nächsten paar Monate. Und dazwischen werde die Company sicher wieder mal sehen. Ja, das war's von mir, Vancouver 2017 sind wir mittlerweile, Jänner, Cambridge House Show. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.